I'm Chad, and you're watching Squarebody Stuff. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. As you can see, we've got some stuff going on here in the shop. I know in the last few videos we were talking about putting that guy, and I'll explain why it's like this in just a moment, but we talked about putting this guy on an engine dyno before we put it in the truck. But right now I can't get any engine dyno time. Everybody's backed way out till January. So what I've decided to do, I contacted the guy with the hub dyno, and he set me up an appointment on the 9th of December, which is this coming Saturday, a week from today as I'm filming this. So I decided to go ahead and pull the 454 out. It's sitting over there nice and neat over in the corner, and get the 339 in squeaky so we can get him to the hub dyno and make some pulls on the hub dyno, see where we're at as far as horsepower to the wheels, which that's the horsepower that really matters. I still want to try to get some engine dyno time with this engine, but we can pull it back out once I get a schedule, the first of the year or something like that. We can pull the engine back out, take the engine dyno, see what it does there, and then I will know how much my drivetrain takes out. Well, after pulling the big block out and assessing the clutch situation that was behind that big block, I realized it's not going to make it. It's not going to seat back to a brand new flywheel. It's going to be on the back of the 339 because it's a brand new flywheel, built flywheel, SFI approved, and it's balanced for this rotating assembly. So I can't use the big block flywheel, and it's just a cast standard type flywheel. I'll show you the clutch. Now, this is a decent McLeod, or whatever you want to pronounce it. Decent clutch, done its job. But yeah, old squeaky and my foot and everything kind of got the best of it. I'm pretty sure most of the damage came from the first trip to the track with this, trying to do those third gear launches. It was just something I wanted to try. It didn't work out real well. It was really, really hard on this clutch, but after that, it still performed good. I never had any problems with it slipping or anything like that. It's just with the way it's worn into all this, it's not going to make to that brand new flywheel. So that's one issue. Now I've got to wait for a clutch to come in. Hopefully it'll be here in time. I can get at least a couple miles on it before we put it on hub dyno. And with that said, I'm not going to have enough time to break in the clutch all the way. So we probably won't be spraying it on the hub dyno at this point. It is mainly be a kind of a, just kind of see what it does, get some numbers on this thing, and get a feel for it. But anyhow, my other issue is, while I still had it hooked up to the run stand, I just had a very bad leak at the rear of the oil pan and the front corner of the oil pan. So that's why I had to pull the oil pan back off. I just couldn't get the seal. I tried to snugging up the bolts and everything, but it wasn't going to seal. And I'll show you that. Of course, these were just the regular standard cork gasket set. And this, yeah, it has been over torqued. I know that, but that was in an attempt to try to get these corners to seal, and it didn't work. But you can see right here, well, hopefully you can see with the camera and the lighting, that it's dry right there. So it was sealing good here. But when you come over here, this whole side is kind of wet. So it was leaking. It had a nice steady drip right here. The main seal on the crank is fine. It's not leaking. I also had a little bit of a leak right around the oil filter, or the oil, the dipstick. And I think it was the other corner over here. I had a little bit of a leak. So I ordered one of these guys, one of the good permadry one-piece gaskets. That's what I should have done to begin with, but I don't know, for some reason I just went with the cheap cork one. I've always had good luck with them. That's why it's so frustrating on this engine. I put so much time and effort in everything else, and it leaked worse than any engine I've ever put together. I knew the valve covers were leaked because they're pretty well shot. But I've got something for that too. That's going to be coming later on. But I've got some cool valve covers that's going to be going on this thing. I'm pretty excited about those. So we're going to put this oil pan gasket set in there and hopefully seal it all up. And then we'll just be waiting on the clutch to come in. Now I've got a few odds and ends I want to do on the truck in the meantime. So I'm going to go ahead and get this old gasket and everything off there, all cleaned up. Good news is, inside the oil pan, there's no metal flakes. There's no trash, no nothing in the pickup screen. Everything is clean. So this thing has a real good clean bill of health. Yeah, everything looks good. So yeah, we'll get this gasket in there, get the oil pan back on, get it flipped back over, hooked back up to the run stand, and hopefully all of our leaks are sealed. Well, Mother Nature decided she's gonna bless us with some rain, so we got a little noise in the shop. I'm not gonna complain because we need the rain. We've been pretty dry this year. So I've got everything all cleaned up, getting ready to put the gasket down in there, but I'm gonna show you what I do in the corners as far as the RTV, just to try to get a good seal in the corners. I mean, it doesn't take much. It'll squeeze out a little bit. Just kind of fill in them corners, that way it gets a good seal there. And since this gasket has provisions for left or right hand dipstick, I can put just a little bit of silicone or RTV on this side to try to help seal that up. Alright, I got it all buttoned up. Another great thing about these permadry one-piece gaskets is where the holes are, they actually got a metal ring. I forgot to show you that before I put it all together, but they got a metal ring around the holes. That way you can't over torque these. You tighten them down till it's snug, and that's it. You can't squish the gasket out by squeezing it down too tight, because those metal rings actually hold the bolt. So hopefully this fixes our oil leak problem. I'm gonna get this thing all put back together, and then we'll fire it up and see if we got any oil leaks. Are you guys ready for this? You sure? You sure? Check those guys out. Alright, so I got some different valve covers, and I had some stickers made, and I painted them up and made them nice and pretty. But the whole point of this video is getting the oil pan to quit leaking, and I think I've got that. I ran it for a little bit, and the rear end isn't leaking anymore. I don't see any other leaks. I think we're good. Do you want to hear it run? Sure. I know you do, because I've got the exhaust on it. It sounds way different. It's actually a little late at night, so I'm not going to rev it up too much. Anyhow, leaks are all done. I think it's ready to actually go in the truck as soon as we get our clutch in. And I hope I don't find anything else going on. But, you know, it is what it is. It's probably going to be coming back out anyways to put on the engine dyno. So if we have any more issues, we'll just tough it out to then. Yeah, that's the life of hot rodding, I guess. Just one thing after another. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging in there and watching me do my stuff. Hope you guys learned something about installing a one-piece oil pan gasket and what not to do to try to seal your oil pan. Don't use the crappy old stuff. It's just not worth it anymore. We got better stuff nowadays. It's 2023. We've got technology. Let's use it, guys. So until next time, y'all keep your square bodies warm. We'll catch you later.